Hi, welcome to this 45-minute Pilates practice. Come lie down on your back. Come lie down on your back. Place your feet flat on your yoga mat. And take your hands, just rest your hands against your thighs. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath in through your nose. And exhale out through your mouth. Inhale through your nose. Sigh as you exhale out through your mouth. Lower your hands down to your yoga mat. And as you take a breath in, can you find a neutral spine? Good. As you exhale, can you turn your tailbone down into your yoga mat? It feels like your lower back lifts up away from the floor. And as you inhale, do the opposite. So now your tailbone's starting to rise up and your lower back pushes into the floor. Playing with this posterior and anterior pelvic tilt. Can you just rock your pelvis through these two extreme ranges of motion and eventually settle in a place that feels like neutral? Good. So there's not a big arc or a big round in your lower back. Take a deep breath in here and exhale. From here, simply let your right knee fall out towards the right. Extend your right leg down on your yoga mat and turn those right toes to face the ceiling. Slide your right heel back in and do that again. These little leg and hip rotations are just going to give you some awareness of how open or flexible your hips are feeling today. And the next time you do this, can you try to preserve that neutral spine, keeping your core tight and engaged, even though the movement feels quite passive. Go ahead on the other side. Now your left knee falls out to the left. Extend your left leg out. Point your toes up and draw that knee back in. Drop your leg to the left. Extend your leg out full. Turn your toes to face up and draw your knee back in. A few more cycles here, lubricating your hip joint. Good. Releasing any tension that may have built up from who knows hours of sitting or doing any kind of repetitive strained movement. Brilliant. And the next time that knee comes up beside the right knee, could you keep it there? Stabilize down on the ground and pick up your right knee. Keep that right leg lifted as you just take a few hip circles in both directions with your right knee. Try to preserve that left line of your body down on the floor so your left foot is stable and steady. Switch directions if you haven't already, navigating all of the little nooks and crannies, cracks, snaps, and pops of your hip joints. Perfect. Lower that right foot down. You know where we're headed, other side. Cycling through the areas of tension, the places that feel really gummed up in your hip. 3 times, each direction. Good. And once you've finished those movements in both directions, set your feet down flat again. Take a breath in as a reset. And as you exhale, pick up your left leg, pick up your right leg. Settle your legs here at tabletop. Now bind your legs together, so zip them in like it's one big leg, and start to knit your core. Your abs are strong and engaged. Take a deep breath in. And with the exhale, can you keep squeezing your legs together and lower your legs over towards the right to a hover. Use your core strength to pick those legs right back up. Drive through neutral and lower them down towards the left at a hover. Not coming all the way down to the ground, keep going, but just flirting with your edge. So wherever that might be, it's a place before pain, right? There's never pain, that's not good. But there's some kind of sensation. You can feel muscular work in the core, maybe the hips or even the glutes. Your quads might start to fire up to support this really slow and steady movement from side to side. The next time your legs come back through center, hold them there and ensure that your knees are right above your hips. Knees are right above your hips. Take your arms up towards the sky, point your palms or face your palms towards one another. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, could you simply lift your shoulder blades up off the floor? So I'm reaching my arms up, my shoulder blades are elevating, and then relax your shoulders back down. That's called shoulder depression. Elevate your shoulders up and depress them back down. One more time, lift them up, lower them back down. Good. From here, take your right arm up overhead alongside your right ear and reach your left arm alongside your left hip. Keep the core steady and the spine neutral as you bring your hands back through center and try that in the opposite direction. Scissoring your arms back and forth as you start to move from that hip joint mobilization to a little bit of mobilization through your shoulder joints. Good. The next time your arms come up, leave them there. Place the soles of your feet flat on the floor. Bend into your elbows so they look like goalposts or cactus arms and place your elbows down on the floor. Exploring the shoulder joint a little more now, find a neutral spine, take a breath in. As you exhale, let the backs of your hands fall back towards the floor. They might meet the floor, they might not, depending on your bone structure. And then as you exhale, lift your arms back up, and now your palms will begin to come forward. Maybe they touch the floor. Mine don't get anywhere close to it. Try that movement a few more times, noticing how this feels in your arm muscles, so up in your biceps, maybe even in your triceps. But then how does this feel into the shoulder joint itself? How does this feel in your scapula, into your upper back? Good. Last time, breathe in, lift your arms up, and now could you bring your hands together? Bring your hands together, reach your arms back, elbows are just above your eyes, and then open your arms about shoulder distance apart. Make fists with your hands like you're holding on to something tight, and bend at your elbows to tap those fists down. Now simply extend your arms completely. So you cannot see your fists in your line of vision. Extend and bend at the elbows like you're doing a tricep pull here. And notice how your front ribs are aching for that reaching out action. Can you engage your core? Pull your belly in like you're putting on a seat belt. Find that neutral spine and keep pulling and pushing your fists up and down. Your chin can tuck in towards your chest. We'll move through this for 10 more repetitions, and if you need, or if you want rather, to add a weight, if you have a weighted ball, put a weighted ball in each hand for a little added spice. You're moving through this with that strong active core. 4, 5, and 4. Make sure you can't see your hands as they come up. 2, last 1, reach your arms all the way up. Bring your palms together. Palms touch overhead. Notice how the arms and the shoulders feel. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, can you keep your torso as is, hips as they are, and just start to move your head, your neck, and your arms over towards the right. It's a really, really small, even awkward movement. Now pull your arms back through center. It's just that right shoulder lifting as you reach your arms over towards the left. Good. One more time in either direction, reaching your arms to one side. Bring them back through center, reach them over to the other side. Good job. Come back to neutral. Take your hands and interlace your hands behind your head. Interlace your hands behind your head. Bring your knees up to tabletop again. Let your head hang heavy in your hands. Inhale here. And as you exhale, come into an ab curl, lifting just a few inches. Inhale, lower to hover. Exhale, curl up. Inhale to hover. Keep moving through these ab curls, allowing your elbows to be wide enough that, again, you can see them in your peripheral vision. Pushing through this action, 4, 5, 4, strong core, 3, big exhales out through your mouth, 2, and 1. Good, lower down. Take your whole body down to the ground and make a great big X shape with your body. Spreading your arms and your legs wide. Can you now just inhale here at nothing down on the ground? And as you exhale, lift up your right arm and your left leg by any amount. Inhale, lower back down. Exhale, lift up your right leg and your left arm by any amount. As you do this, again, alternating side to side, could you engage your core, engage your glutes, and engage your quads? So the fronts of your thighs, your bum, and your belly are all really strong here. Let's push through for 5, 4, breathing, 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 3, 2, and 1. Perfect. Lower back down or reach those arms alongside your body. Bend into your knees and pick up your knees. So come into those tabletop knees again. Good. Take your arms, inhale, lift your head, your neck, and your shoulders up away from the floor. Try to really peel those shoulders away from the floor. Turn your palms down. And if it's available to you, extend your legs. Begin to pulse your arms up and down. Inhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep going at that breath pace with your legs extended or bent. You're here for 100 pulsations. So this is the classic 100s in Pilates, pushing through, pulsing those arms up and down. You can take short, fast breaths out through your mouth to help slow down or calm down the heart here. Keep pushing through. Maybe if you've decided to pull your legs in, you could extend them back out, hovering to any degree of an angle that feels safe in your body. Keep going for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pull it all in, close your eyes, catch your knees, rock your body from side to side. A few big breaths here. Sometimes just that movement in itself feels like enough work. Set your knees up above your hips. One more push from this position, from this supine position. Interlace your hands behind your head. Peel your shoulder blades up off the floor and let the head bear heavy in your hands. Now extend your right leg, point your toes, pull that right leg back in. Extend your left leg, point the toes, pull the left leg back in. Extend your right leg, point your toes, and rotate towards the left, taking your right elbow to your left thigh. Pull back through neutral, your head and shoulders lifted, and twist over onto the other side. As you move through this ab twist from side to side, you're activating the obliques. You're working with all of the different muscular features of your abs to keep your trunk and torso steady while taking your upper body on a ride from side to side. Keep going here for 5. Good. 4, 3, 2, And one, pull back through center, release your head, catch those knees into your hands, and rock side to side. Rolling like a ball. If you're flirting with some back issues, just come up to seated. Otherwise, take your hands behind your thighs, rock yourself all the way up, and then right back down, rock yourself all the way up. And right back down. Come up one more time. Sit up nice and tall in Navasana or boat pose. Legs again can be fully extended or bent. So work within your own body's muscular range of motion. Take your arms alongside your body. Take a big breath in. Exhale, lower your feet down and extend your legs forward. Take a well-deserved stretch forward, folding here. Your head is heavy, your heart is heavy. 10 deep breaths in this nice forward fold. Take one more breath in. Exhale. Inhale, lift your spine up. Sit up nice and tall and open your arms. I'll change my orientation here. Open your arms out wide. Good. And now simply rotate towards one direction. Come back through center and rotate to the other direction. That's it. You're just rotating one direction to the next. Last time. And when you get back to neutral, take your right hand down onto the floor beside you. Find a big side body stretch. Reaching that upper arm up overhead. Push both sit bones down. Breathe in and breathe out. Good. As you inhale, you're picking your body back up and tilting it over to the other side. Big breath in and exhale. Good. Pull yourself back up through neutral and turn your body onto all fours. Turn your body onto all fours. If you have a wall nearby, it could be really neat and helpful to sink your left hip up against that wall. Sink your left hip up against the wall, or even put a squishy ball between your left hip and the wall. Hands and feet are on the floor. Remember those hip circles that we did? Could you try to do them again with this anchored hip against the wall? And they surely won't be as big. A few hip circles here. What happens when the wall's there is that we're forced to use our core. Turn them around in the opposite direction. We're forced to use our core to stabilize, meaning it's a lot more challenging. Good. Stay against the wall. If you found your way here, extend your right leg back and just stretch your left arm forward. Continue to pull the belly in, look forward, breathe here with a really strong extended back leg. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Lower your hand and your knee down onto the floor. Let's take 2 rounds of cat-cow before we continue. Drop your belly onto the floor, loop your shoulders back, lift your heart and chest up. And then round into your upper back, peer towards your beautiful belly, your big, strong ab muscles glaring right at you. And do that again, cycling your body through cat-cow just one more time. As you return back through center, find the stability. You might still use the wall here. Could you pick your right knee up away from the floor and then open your right leg out towards the right? Pull it back in. Open your right knee up towards the right and pull it back in. So it's this simple opening and closing action. Feels like a dog peeing on a fire hydrant. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Perfect. Lower that knee down. Take your body back to sit on your heels. Lift your hands up. Make fists with your hands. Pour those fists forward so you can stretch the fronts of your wrists. And flip them around and around a few times. Really good. Take your hands back down to the floor. One more set here from the mat on all fours. Can you take your right leg and extend your right leg back behind you straight? Good. Bend your right knee in. Open it out towards the right. Repeat. Bring the right knee in. Extend it back behind you. And continue through this motion of leg extension and hip opening. For 3. Good. For 2. Last 1. Perfect. The next time that back leg comes all the way out, can you point your toes down, lift the heel up a few inches, and drop it back down. Try these tiny little pulses while keeping your belly button pulling in towards your spine, keeping your shoulders wide and opening, pressing breath into the space between your shoulder blades. Keep pulsing here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold it at the top. Open that right leg out towards the right. Could you tap the floor with your right toes? Pick your right leg back up. Reach it to the outside of your left foot and tap the floor on the left side of your yoga mat. That's it. So this little action really getting into the glutes, the muscles that keep your bum strong and lean, pushing through for 5. Good. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Brilliant. Take it down to a child's pose with your knees wide and your big toes touching. Extend both arms up overhead. Push into the earth. Take a big breath in and sigh out through your mouth on an exhale. Walk both hands over towards the right. Press your palms into the floor to get a big long side body stretch. Inhale. Exhale, soften. Other direction. Walk your hands over towards the left. Push the earth away. Get into that underarm of your right side. Good. Come back through center and sit back up on your heels. Sit up on your heels just like before. Open your arms wide. And this time just start to flick with your fingers. Flick with your fingers. Again, releasing the tension that builds up so quickly in our wrists. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's rotate our body all the way around. And I'm going to pull my mat right up to the wall this time. So if you're not up against the wall, again, you do this just on all fours. Otherwise, use the wall. See how it can change what you're experiencing here. And place your right hip up against the wall. To start, simply stretch your left leg back and your right arm forward. Point your left toes down, put belly button sucks in. Breathing here for 5, 4, good, 3, 2, and 1. Lower your right hand down. Keep that hip glued. Bend into your left knee and start to take these extremely controlled hip circles with your left leg. Really small movement in my body when I put my body up against the wall. Notice how it changes the range for you. And take it in both directions, Once you've circled 3 times in both directions, can you just start to open and close that left leg? Open and close it. Again, it might not be a huge movement because the core is really steady, the body is strong, imprinting against the wall beside you. That's it. Really good. From here, can you kick your left leg out behind you? Bend it back in, open it to the side. Pull it in and repeat. So you're moving through your glutes, strong and focused. 2 more. The last one. Good. Come back to the center of your mat. So pull your body away from the wall for this one. Take your left leg, extend your left leg back. Get long first. Hug your belly button in. Those front ribs feel nice and contained. Begin to simply pulse your back leg. Lifting your heel up and down, up and down, up and down for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. From here, open your left leg towards the left, tap your toes down, pick them back up, cut them across, tap them down over to the right. Try not to fly through this. So there's this really common tendency to rush through more muscular, challenging poses. Can you slow it down so you can feel the work, and it might actually feel better and safer in your body when you do. 2 more, just like this. You're doing great. Last one. Good. Drop those knees down. Take them nice and wide. Sink your hips towards your heels. Find a child's pose. If you need to roll around your wrists again, go right ahead. 5 breaths here. Start to interlace your hands and sneak your body forward. Your elbows are on the floor. Extend both legs back, set your shoulders above your elbows. Think about knitting in through your core, like you're putting on a corset. Get strong through the lower limbs, reach forward through the crown of your head. Your body is in this strong pike position. Breathing here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop your knees down, drop your belly down, and come onto your elbows towards a Sphinx pose. If it feels good to move your body from side to side here, that's okay. Good. Inhale your head, your chest, open it all up. And with an exhale, slide down onto your yoga mat. Place your palms on top of one another beneath your forehead. Good. Keep your feet flat, tops of the feet flat on the floor. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, engage your thighs. So engage your legs, your kneecaps will pulse away from the floor there. Keep that muscular work in your legs. Inhale again. And as you exhale, can you lift your head, your neck away from the floor? Tiny, tiny movement, lower back down. Again, on the exhale, kneecaps lift, head and neck rise away from the floor. Hands are glued to the head. Perfect. Lower back down. A last time, lift your head and neck away from the floor, hands glued to the head, and then reach your arms forward and sweep them all the way back behind you like a big old breaststroke. Reach your arms forward again and sweep them back behind you. Last time, reach your arms forward and sweep them back behind you. Good. Loop your shoulders back, lift up a little higher on the inhale. Exhale, lower. Rest either cheek on the floor and just wiggle your bum from side to side. Take your hands, replace them underneath your head, but keep your head on your hands this time. Bring your attention down to your right leg. Engage your bum muscles. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, lift up your right leg. Lift up your right leg as high as it will go. Lower it back down. Other side, exhale, lift up your left leg and lower it back down. And begin to alternate legs. So if this is hurting your frontal hip bones, you can always do this with a pillow tucked underneath your pelvis. Otherwise, activating the deep back line of muscle to pick those legs up and drop them right back down. Moving through this for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Really, really good. Flex your feet, plant your palms, push yourself up and back. Sink into a child's pose. Pause there in child's pose for 5 breaths. From child's pose, plant your palms, lift your hips high, find a downward facing dog shape. Notice how your hip flexors are feeling. Pulse out your legs, bend one knee, and then the next. Shake your head yes, shake your head no. Good. Walk your hands all the way back towards your toes. You might grab your big toes with your peace fingers, lengthen out your spine on the inhale, and with your exhale, it all folds back down and in. Release your hands, rolling up. Slowly, slowly, slowly come right up to standing. You've been down on the floor for a while, so take a few big shoulder rolls when you get here. Let everything come back. Good. Resetting here. Take your feet hip distance and parallel if they aren't like that already. Inhale, bend into your knees, reach both arms up. Exhale, pull back up to stand. Inhale, bend into your knees, stretch both arms towards the sky. Exhale, pull it all back down. Cupid bone comes forward as you come into standing. Would you keep pressing your body in and out of these chair pulses, these simple squats for 5. Good, nice and slow, 4. That's it. Feels easier if the hands are light and flowy. 3. Good. 2. On the next one, hold in your deep chair pose. Hold there. Pulse your hips up and down. Try not to arc a lot in that lower back. Your back is neutral for 10, 9, and maybe even take your hands to the outsides of your thighs and try to push your hands away. 5, 4, 3, 2. On one, stay even lower. Roll onto the balls of your feet. Lift your heels up. Sink your hips low. Hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2. On one, plant your heels, fold all the way down. Inhale, lift it up just halfway. And as you exhale, plant your palms and walk your hands forward towards a high plank. And when you get to your high plank, steady the shoulders above your wrists. Your hips are neutral and your ankles pushing the heels back. Tuck between your shoulder blades and look forward. Good. Breathing here in simple high plank for 5, 4. Engage that whole line of your back. 3, 2. Now on 1, simply take your left hand under your face and roll over onto the outside edge of your left foot. Stack your feet up. Take your right arm skyward, or maybe arc into a bit of a lateral stretch here. So reach that right arm up alongside your ear. Push the floor away with your bottom hand. Lift your hips, squeeze your bum cheeks. Take a breath in. Good. And as you exhale, rotate your body back down through high plank. Resist the temptation to move to down dog quite yet. Slowly navigate your right hand beneath your face. Roll onto the outside edge of your right foot. Stack the legs. Reach your left arm high. And now extend your left arm up alongside your ear. Look down. Lift up those hips so there's this C curve or half moon shaping your body. A big breath comes in. And a big breath comes out. Lower that left hand down. Go ahead, push up, downward dog. Sigh through your mouth. Inhale, shuffle your way forward to a high plank pose again. In fact, let's come down onto our knees and take a low plank here. Then bend into your elbows halfway, come right back up. Pull your belly in, the body is strong, the ribs are contained as you move through. Just 5 little push-ups. And if this is easy, you can come into full plank and do it from full plank. Good. Try one more little push-up here, and then reach your body back. Come forward and sit down on your bum. Sit down onto your bum. Lie all the way down onto your back. We'll come up for our final peak pose here. This is called the teaser. The teaser is a pretty intermediate Pilates pose, requires a lot of core stability and a lot of balance. So let's start. Take your legs, extend your legs up actually let's bring your legs down to the floor. Take your legs all the way down to the floor. And just feel your body here in space. Close your eyes and find 5 deep breaths. 5 deep breaths to calm down your breath. Good. Now, can you bring your legs up on a nice V angle? Bring your legs up on a nice V angle. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, lift your body up. That's it. Inhale, lower back down, arms come back behind you, legs stay lifted. Exhale, can you lift back up? Try that a few times. So you're playing with all these different muscular pieces in your body. A little bit of boat pose or Navasana. It's a bit like rolling up like a ball. You're exhaling as you pull the body up. And then eventually collapse down onto the spine. Hug your knees into your chest and just rock side to side. Take a big breath in through your nose and exhale out through your mouth. Flatten your feet down beneath your knees. Place your palms alongside your body. Inhale. As you exhale, tiptoe your pelvis away from the floor. Come into a bridge pose and then roll right back down. So move through a few hip rolls here. Exhale, the hips roll up. Inhale, they roll back down. That's it. Exhale, hips roll up. And inhale, they roll down. The next time your hips roll up, pause there. And imagine that a weight was placed on your right hip. Just tilt your right hip down by any amount. Pull it up. And now tilt your left hip down and pull it back up. It doesn't have to be a big movement. Rocking those hips from side to side. 3. Good. Push through the feet to lift those hips back up. 2. And 1. Once you get to the top, keep your belly, your torso, your hips steady. Open your legs a few inches wide and bring them back in. Open your legs wide and bring them in. So your glutes are active here, hips lifted, feet are steady. It's just your knees flapping like little butterfly wings out to the side and back in for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, good, good. Lower down onto the floor. Hug your left knee in towards your chest. Extend your right leg out. A few breaths here. Bend into your right knee and take your left ankle across your right thigh. I imagine this will feel quite intense after all of that hip work we did today. But as you come in to thread the needle, make it your own. Shift, wiggle, adjust however you need to. Unwrap that leg, take your left leg all the way down, squeeze your right knee in towards your chest, a big breath comes in, and out. Nice job. Take your right ankle across your left thigh, interlace your hands behind your left thigh, maybe in front of your left shin, and linger, enjoy here, 5 breaths. From there, unwrap your legs, reach your hands between your thighs, catch the outside edges of your feet, a little yoga happy baby pose here. Rock from side to side. And now plug the soles of your feet together. If you can, interlace your hands behind them, hold them in, 3 breaths here. Finally, stretch your legs right up towards the sky. Place your hands down on either side of your body. Engage through your core and slowly, slowly, slowly try to lower your legs down, keeping them in relative extension on the ride there. When your legs finally fall to the floor, turn your palms to face up, close your eyes, and cast a mirror over your body, your breath, and your mind. Notice how you feel, how your little movement practice in such a short period of time can change your energetic composition. And can you carve out of your practice an intention, a wish, something you want to manifest, to take with you through the rest of your day? Take a deep breath in and a big breath out. Start to wiggle your fingers and then your toes. Scoop your arms up overhead. Stretch your body really long. Maybe even take a yawn. And now bend into your knees. Swivel your hips and your body over towards the right as you slide up to sit. Take your hands to your heart center. Thank you so much for practicing. Namaste.